Hi, everyone. Hi, my beautiful cosmic sister, co host, soul sister, precious sister, you name it, all the way from Mesa, Arizona, myself from Rhodes in Greece today.
Yes.
And welcome everybody watching us and listening to us. Don't hesitate, guys, to participate within the chat because we try to answer questions if we can. Sometimes we write, other times we do actually answer on air, right? So, in this luminous gathering today of hearts and higher awareness, we are opening the cosmic doorway for a conversation that invites every listener into a deep presence. The universe is always speaking in subtle currents, shimmering signs, and quiet inner nudges. Today, we explore how to soften into that guidance, how to recognize the whispers behind synchronicities, and how to trust the language of energy that moves through our lives with purpose and love. Together, we journey into the art of listening beyond the mind, tuning into the multidimensional field where intuition, clarity, and soul truth rise like constellations. This episode is an invitation to remember that you are never ever alone, never without direction, and never without support. The universe is speaking. Your heart already knows how to hear it. And today we have July 29th in US and Europe, and our future Australia is Thursday, July 30th. Again, we're going to talk to you today. The conversation is about the universe is speaking. Are you listening? That's the topic. Our last show with Cosmic Sisters, Miss Karina and myself, was last Wednesday, July 22nd, and we talked about the power of sound, voice, and vibration, frequency, energy. Once again, it's a never ending story, is it, right? But I just love it. I love it.
Yes.
We do go live on YouTube for you every week at youtube.com/ at Cosmic Guardians 111 slash streams and youtube.com/ at Angel Place on Earth slash streams. And we stream the replay right after the show at facebook.com/ Cosmic Guardians. Now, let's center ourselves, take a deep breath, and arrive fully into this moment. Diving deep, as always, into today's topic, which is dear to our hearts, right?
Yes. Yes. And um, no need to apologize, but this is Arizona, and we're having a lot of allergies, so just bear with me. Um, and this is my sexy allergy voice.
That is sexy,
You know,
indeed.
the beauty is that we are born with the gift of listening with our hearts. As vibratory beings, we are designed to always be in constant communication with the nuances and all of the subtleties and the synchronicities that are all around us. As life throws us circumstances that are part of this human experience, we sometimes forget that we have that divine connection. Throughout time and space, we, we, we pick up a remembrance, a glimmer, a memory, maybe something we received and we kind of put it off to the side. We have an ethereal guidance that has formed our very being. We are essences of the stars. We are not directed by the world around us that's filled with noise and confusion, but we are guided by the inner knowing that we are connected to something beyond our preconceived ideas. We are not inferior. We are part of the plan. And now we're starting to remember that our guidance does come from this unknown source, but it's not unknown. We know it in our hearts. But it's kind of like moving through threads of vibrations and frequencies and kind of resetting the tuning fork. We are not broken. We just need to clear the noisy debris that clouds our interpretation of the energies around us. For we are in this interdimensional space called the field. We never left. We never left. We are always connected. And with some energy cleaning, we can reconnect again and heal.
Yes, and heal. Beautiful. Um, Actually, the universe is always communicating. It's not sometimes, it's not only during meditation, it's
Right?
not only when life feels aligned. It speaks in every moment, through every experience, through every breath you take. And the language is very subtle, symbolic, energetic, intuitive. The universe does not shout, it whispers, it nudges, it rearranges, it synchronizes, it reflects. And the question is not whether the universe is speaking, the question is whether you are willing to listen.
That's
And I
right.
can add a few things to that, because even though we are doing this and we are who we are, right, doesn't mean that I always listen. There are times actually when I say, okay, I hear, I get it, but I'm entitled to make my own choice, no matter what's coming through. And how you can determine loving guidance, real, genuine, infinite guidance from the universe or your guides and helpers on the other side, from something that is not very pure, is that it's always coming with unconditional love. There's no one ever saying anything like, if you don't do this, I'm going to be mad at you,
Hmm.
or it's not going to go well, or whatever it is. Yeah, there are some times, but that comes from also our higher self, because my perception is that our higher self works as a filter. And this is why it's so important to do energy work on yourself. Keep your channels clear. Don't get them clogged, right? So you hear.
Yes.
There are times when I get this very subtle whisper, don't do that. But I still go and do it. And it usually doesn't go extremely well.
Yes.
Ever done that? Yes?
Yes. In fact, when I started upon this path, and I would see glimmers of what. Why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? And someone asked me how I got into this direction I'm going. And I said, well, I said, I think of myself like Moses, except I was going, can't hear you. No, no, not. What did you say? Miscommunication here. Because of all of my preconceptions of what it would be like to embrace a spiritual part of myself. And at that time, I was a little confused with religion and spirituality. And religion just didn't appeal to me. um, to have somebody standing over me and saying, don't laugh, don't do this, or I'm going to zap you down, that didn't represent what unconditional love was. So I didn't want to go that way. And then when I realized spirituality was a totally freeing and and opening, and I finally did listen. And I am so glad I took the earplugs out and said, okay. But like you, there are times when I go, eh, you know,
Yeah.
but when I do, it's a very happy time.
But yeah, but, you know, there are many people who I talk to who have this worry about, okay, I understand something, I've seen so many signs, and this is what I get from that. This is what I feel. What if I make the wrong choice? what what if I can't trust what I'm receiving, right? But the
Ah,
thing is, there's only one remedy for that. So if someone is going to channel messages or give you messages or give you intuitive advice or whatever it is, right? That person has to be as clear as a channel as possible, right?
yes, yes,
And this is why it's important to go within, question everything, all conventions we have been told. It may seem like a lot of things, and it is. In this world, it's really a lot of stuff, right? But we need to come clear with who we are. And if we are carrying a lot of opinions and rules and things and values that are not really belonging to us, um, our work is always going to be affected. So
yeah,
that is maybe the A part in everything, the first thing we need to do. And it's a journey. It is a
yes,
journey. And when we receive something, the second thing is that the first thing that comes, it may be a very fast image, it can be a whisper, it can be something you feel in your body, a sign you see outside that may be repeated all the time. But before your mind kicks in, because the mind is going to tell you, oh, you can't believe that. Are you stupid? You can't
yeah,
listen to that. You know you can't listen. That's the logical part of the mind.
yep,
And the thing is, we need all our senses here. We need them in this world. So
hmm,
that's why we are born with them. But we don't need the mind and the brain to take over, right?
yes. And I think over the last 2 years we have been offering ways to be able to trust yourself with
Yes.
self-love, with finding your authentic self, with eliminating the preconceived ideas that we had that had been fed to us, from infancy up. And this is how you begin to then trust yourself. And
Yeah.
when we do receive information, we're looking at it from a different perspective. We're looking at from it without the prejudice of you should, shouldn't, couldn't, can't, fear, guilt, and all of these things. And and you know how, as much as I embrace this beautiful experience of spirituality, I'm also, I love to have the fact that there are some people that resist being shut up, and they use their science to let you know. And Greg Braden,
Yeah.
he's one of my favorites, and Dr. Greer. But Greg Braden estimates that the human body has roughly 5 trillion cells holding an electrical potential that can generate a mass combined voltage, and it has the potential to influence both our healing and our biology.
Yes.
And I'm just going to kind of read this because this is not my words. But the proton emission, he says that we constantly emit packets of light. The protons acting like a soft technology that's capable of storing and processing data like a computer. We are more than this limited human body that we are taught. And our connection to consciousness, we can also find this information at the Heart Math Institute in California, which, is one of my favorite go-to places. But our heart has this neutral network. There are over 4,000 specialized sensory receptors that can be found in our heart. Our heart works independently. Our heart has its own brain. Our heart communicates. And having this heart brain cohesion, this is how we eliminate the clutter from around so we can listen with that divine essence. We are receivers. We constantly receive the information. And
Yes.
when we just begin to focus on the heart center, I do this in meditation with my group, slowing the breath, generating the emotion of gratitude.
Yes.
Gratitude, you know? And then we change the chemistry. And then we touch the field. And that's where all of this happens. So
Beautiful.
I love it that I can be this woo woo person and then I can reach up here and go, yeah, science now proves it. So, okay.
It's wonderful, and listening to the universe is an art of presence. We need to be here at this moment. This requires slowing down enough to notice the gentle signals that move through your day, right? It
Correct.
requires softening the mind so we can hear the quiet guidance beneath our thoughts, because our thoughts are going to, in one way or another, like the mind thing, or thoughts coming from elsewhere sometimes, right? As
Hmm.
disturbance. It requires trusting the sensations in our bodies, the intuitive pulse, the sudden clarity, the inner knowing that arrives without explanation. The universe speaks through resonance, not logic. It speaks through feeling, not analysis.
Yep.
So, signs also appear in many, many, many different forms. A repeated number sequence, that's very common, right? Because it's something we pay attention to.
Hmm.
A conversation that arrives at the perfect moment. A song that answers a question you have not spoken aloud. A sudden shift in energy that tells you something is changing. A door closing that protects you from a path not meant for you. So, beneath that thing that we see, that we may interpret as something negative, oh, I wanted to do that, but I wasn't able to. A few days later or some time later, that may actually appear like a blessing because we didn't do it, right?
Hmm.
It also includes a door opening that invites you into a new timeline, one you haven't maybe even considered before. These
Yep.
are not coincidences, these are communications and
Yep.
synchronicities, right?
Synchronicity.
And we can't make any wrong choice. And I know we said this, I don't know, a gazillion times before, but when we have this feeling, a joyful feeling about something, why not try it out? Right?
Yeah.
Try it.
Yes.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Live.
And that is the beauty of the Celestine prophecies, is it reminds us, and it was a good teacher too, to listen to the synchronicities. And after during meditation last night or after meditation, I am encouraging my group to start being able to raise their vibration so we will be able to start communicating with our off world friends. Um,
Yes.
and this is only going to happen when we raise the vibration around us because they vibrate at such a high frequency we cannot communicate. And when you raise that vibration, you then begin to really listen. You see beyond seeing, you hear beyond hearing, you know beyond knowing. And this is the true potential. This is vitally important to the evolution of mankind. We are seriously, seriously at that cusp where we will either go into complete annihilation as far as humans, they will recreate a different type of human with electronics and everything else will be kind of controllable, or we will reach our full potential and we will start saying, I hear what the universe is saying.
Yeah.
I feel and I trust me. I trust me. If I trust me, then I trust the universe. I'm not going to trust what somebody else says, but I'm going to trust me and develop my sense of knowing. And it's a beautiful, beautiful time. But it's not a time to sit around and go, oh, isn't this wonderful? Oh, wonder, I mean, we need to make the action.
Yeah,
And
we do. We do.
I there again, my passion is starting to.
I love your passion. So the universe speaks through contrast. So when something feels very heavy, draining, or misaligned, or it is showing you where you are most likely not meant to be. This is not always the case. Sometimes we can experience resistance of some sort, but it's still something that we want to do because we felt it from within, right? But you are, if you practice these things, you're going to master them, so you can determine what's going on, right?
Mhm.
And when something feels expansive, peaceful, or alive, it is showing you where your soul is guiding you, your soul, your higher self, right?
Yes.
Your emotional landscape is one of the clearest channels of universal communication. When you have worked yourself to release fear. But fear comes from the mind, and love and great feelings come from the soul. So that's how
Yes.
you can determine it's coming from the heart. Sensitivity becomes a gift here because it allows you to feel the messages before they become visible. And many people experience that sensitivity as overwhelming sometimes. It is a great gift and a great blessing, but it can feel overwhelming until we have mastered that we can determine this is not something I feel that, but I detach from it, right? I'm not
Yeah.
jumping in with both feet in that thing over there because it doesn't feel that joyful, right? So I'm getting my focus over here. And
Yes.
listening to the universe and your soul and yourself and your higher self requires trust. So the universe rarely reveals the entire path at once, and is also it's a different way of communicating. That's why I always advise as a good idea to keep a notebook and to write down things that's coming. Doesn't
Mhm.
need to be a novel, big things, right? Time, date, and what came, right?
Yes.
Sign, a song, something you heard, something you felt, whatever it is, right? Because with time and you going back, you're going to recognize, oh, I felt that before. Let's go back and check where that appeared. is going to give you um, a great understanding for how this works for you, right?
Exactly.
Um, I said the universe rarely reveals one path at once, right? So it offers one step, one insight, one shift. And this is where we also need to let go of control. As human beings, we have that urge to have control. Well, I'm not going to do anything except for when I know what's going to be over there. But that's not how the universe works. So we need
Yeah.
to trust. Mhm. The
Yes.
universe invites you to move with faith rather than certainty. It asks you to follow the feeling rather than the fear. It guides you through intuition rather than instruction. When you listen, you begin to walk in partnership with life itself.
Ah, and this is what the journey that we are taking has been leading us to, has
Yes.
been gently guiding us. And I have learned that the noise and the chaos is a deliberate distraction. It is done to disconnect us from our highest power, to make us feel and move into fear. And when when we start seeing beyond that and start trusting ourselves, then we step into a divine path. And please forgive me for all the hands moving, but I do have a little something that wants to to bother me
Fear of
here. And it's like, batting at the things. But being able to totally, if there's anything about surrendering to your own potential, surrendering to how much you have to be able to offer. And each time that you have a sign, and this is what I was saying to my group last night, when you notice something, you go, oh, that's interesting. Take note of it and be grateful that the universe is speaking to you. Doesn't have to be momentous. It's just acknowledging that something happened.
Yeah.
And then gradually, when something even larger happens, you go, oh, well, I guess there is something out there.
Yes.
And this one night, I was sitting in the jacuzzi. That's I love to meditate in my jacuzzi. And on the other side of my yard is a tree that's about 150 feet tall. And I was sitting there looking at it. And I always, when I'm out, I'm saying to my off-world friends, you know, kind of give me a sign, give me a sign. I'm ready for a sign. And then four orbs appeared. They were, if I held my hand up to them, they were about this big, and they just looked like a moon coming through the clouds, but they were round, and there were four like this. And I'm sitting there and I go, oh, well, this is cool. I see you guys. Thank you very much. And I'm enjoying it because to me, it is a personal hi, we recognize you. We know that you're trying to communicate with us. And then after about 30 minutes, one that was this big appeared in the
Oh,
middle. And I'm going, excellent. May not understand, but I've got my heart open, and I'm feeling your energy. Acknowledging it rather than going, oh, gotta go hide. Ooh, 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 fear, fear, fear. And there is nothing to fear. There is nothing to
no,
fear.
nothing to fear. And the beautiful thing is that when the other side notices that we pay attention, it
Yeah,
increases. That's beautiful.
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
actually, I have a story too, actually. A dear friend of mine, a few years ago, was up for a heart surgery, and that's never fun, right? It wasn't maybe the worst kind, but it was a bypass surgery.
That's pretty serious.
Yeah, it is pretty serious, but you know, you can go even worse. And of course, a lot of worry, tension, and everything, because we are humans. We can't just let go like that without worrying. And I was doing my thing. Um, I was actually in Greece, and it was 11th of January. So winter season is nice here. It's not that cold. It can be 15 to 20 degrees in the sun during the day. But it's not the season for butterflies. And I had this butterfly, a white one, hovering around here outside for a couple of hours. And I just knew, okay, that is that person's spirit coming to tell me everything is fine. This is
Everything's
going to go
okay.
so well. That was a sign. That was beautiful.
Yes, but you lovingly acknowledged it. You didn't go, well, that is really weird. That was, you didn't think it away. You acknowledged and said, I appreciate the communication. And this is how we open the communication. You know how I love to talk about the innocence of little babies. Babies depend on this non-verbal communication, this energy exchange. And we utilize it when we're working with newborns and small children. And then we forget that that is actually how we communicate with the universe. That's how we actually communicate with people,
Yeah,
is through
exactly.
that energy.
Yeah.
And it's just, I
And
I like it. I love it. I'm.
and animals, pay attention to animals because they are so sensitive to this kind of energy.
That's right.
And actually, usually animals. I had a cat. We went to the supermarket yesterday, and I had a black cat. He just fell in love with me, and I fell in love with him. So I had to buy him a little bit of ham while I was in the supermarket just to give him. So I have a new friend. I have
Uh,
we have many cats here, but we one of them is she doesn't really let anyone cuddle her. Nothing. So if you raise your hand and ready to cuddle her, she's going to be off at once. But she started from yesterday, you know, grrr, 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 and then she let me actually for 30 seconds. But anyway,
yeah,
so um, observe animals. But the universe also speaks through our own voice. When we express truth, when we speak from our hearts, when we share our authentic frequency, we become a channel for universal wisdom because we let it in. Our inner guidance is not separate from the universe, it is the universe speaking through us. The more we trust our inner voice, the clearer the outer signs become. They are going to be very, very clear. Listening is not passive. Listening is participatory. I hope I said that correct.
yes, yes,
It is a relationship. So we are having a relationship with the universe and the field. Some people call it also the field, right? Where we
the
are all
field.
connected.
Yes,
So when we acknowledge the signs, more signs appear. When we follow the guidance, more guidance arrives. When we show that we are willing to hear, the universe speaks louder. It becomes a dialogue, a dance, a co creation. And the universe speaks through silence as well. In stillness, we can hear what cannot be heard in noise, meditations and quiet moments and things of that
yes,
nature. So, in quiet moments, you feel the presence that is always with you. In the pause between thoughts, you sense the vastness that holds your entire existence. Silence is not empty, it is full of messages waiting to be received.
Exactly. And utilizing our abilities, that helps us find this quiet space and stepping into the now and being still and realigning with our innate intuition. Our direct communication to our heart is our source, and the source is our heart. We are again asked to step into our authentic selves, feel the self love, rekindle our trust, and allow our ethereal self to step into that divine oneness with ourself and the universe. And when we're making this communication and when we're listening, it's not like a little child saying, "Oh, please give me this, hand me this," and everything else. We are listening in a collective conversation because we are the universe and we are the intricate parts and we contribute. It's like someone gives you a recipe that you love, but they leave out one ingredient. Maybe it's that little dash of cinnamon, or maybe this in the nutmeg. They've left something out. Yours never tastes like theirs. So I always say, if you're going to make Aunt Mildred's wonderful, famous peach cobbler, I love peach cobbler, you don't want to forget the peaches. The universe cannot work without us.
No.
One of my Octarian friends said to me once, because all of our off world friends have the ability to completely terraform Earth, completely get rid of all the pollution and everything else, but that's not their job because it is our job to say, okay, we've had enough of the destruction. We need to bring back the communication. And it is very vital, she said, that the human population takes and makes this change. We have that potential, but we have to say now. We're not children where we say, "Oh, please come help us. We want to fix this." No, we have to stand up and take responsibility. And I'm urging everyone, please look beyond yourself because we are at a very critical time. And I'm not just talking this is bad stuff happening. I'm saying we are needed to step into your divinity and love. Love.
Love, love, love. Yes.
Yes.
And, when we're listening to the universe, we are ultimately listening to ourselves.
That's right.
Our soul is the receiver, our intuition is the translator,
Hmm.
our heart is the amplifier. So
Yep.
when you line with your inner truth, the outer world becomes clearer. When you honor your inner knowing, the universe responds with clarity. When you trust your path, the path reveals itself. You could say a little bit like when we don't jump in with all feet at once, wanting to control everything, steering things up, taking a step back. Let the energy work for you.
Yep.
And the universe is speaking, it speaks through energy, synchronicity, intuition, emotion, silence, through your own voice. It speaks through every moment of your life. It's not periods, but we don't pay attention all the time, right? It's always ongoing. The
Yep.
invitation is very, very simple. Slow down, breathe, notice, feel, trust, listen. And when you do, you discover that you are never alone, never unsupported, never without guidance. You are a part of a cosmic conversation that has been happening since the beginning of time. And when you listen, you begin to live in harmony with a deeper intelligence that moves through all things.
Yeah. And when we take the time to do our spiritual hygiene, I love that. And by the way, different people in the media are starting to pick up that phrasing.
They
I'm
are.
noticing. Yes,
Okay.
yes. Uh, it's amazing when we actually verbalize it, and the universe goes, "Oh well, we'll just throw this around because this is a good little way to say it." But when we clear ourselves, the energy will flow magically with synchronicity and balance. It's like we are again in harmony and balance, and the frequencies are coming more clearly. Our divine gifts of being able to move beyond what people have told us are human limitations. This is when the pure human opens up this communication, and we begin again to communicate really with our animals, with
Yeah.
plants,
Yeah.
with nature,
Yeah.
with all that is around us, because we are very much a part of this. We are uniquely individual. We are very different from everyone else, but we are divinely connected.
Yes. Beautiful. Thank you. How about adding a little heat to that?
Oh, well, I live in Arizona, so in the US of A, and I can take the heat. Just, you know,
Yeah.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
we had it for our experiences. We had kind of it wasn't the worst, but we had almost 99 Fahrenheit. That's 37 Celsius. Yeah, it's starting to get, it's body temperature,
Yes.
which makes anyone uh, soaking in sweat. What can I
Yes.
say? So
Well,
here
if
we
if I
go.
if I can cook cookies out in my backyard, I mean, I cook meat out in the backyard. I put it in aluminum foil and then put it in the sun, and it's ready in 15 minutes. But if you can actually fry eggs and cook cookies, you know that the temperature is getting up there.
That's funny. So we have always, I love this explanation. We have five simple questions and reflections. They are very, very simple to
Oh
help
yeah, yeah. Oh,
us
just
all understand things about ourselves regarding the topic. So we do ask each other, but these reflections are questions, and questions are for all of you watching and listening as well. So please use them to ponder about them. First question: what is one recent moment where you felt the universe was trying to get your attention?
recent. Oh, recent. Not the very beginning. Okay, recent. Okay, I would say it is when I was working in the backyard, and as I was walking forward, I did not see the um, hose that was laying across the ground. Now, I didn't just trip over it, both feet hit the hose,
Oh,
and I literally went straight down and landed with my face and my whole body laying on the cement. Now, at my advanced chronological age of beautifully 82 years old, I should have been a pile of this is not going to be put back together. Humpty Dumpty has really broken everything. I was literally levitated. I was laid gently onto the cement. And it was a time because I have been working very much trying to get material things done, getting my yard done and doing the things before it gets too hot and so forth, and concentrating on that and forgetting that I am this spiritual being having a human experience rather than this human that's trying to get everything done. And it was a wake up. Let's get back to utilizing and listening to being able to levitate, being able to communicate, and being able to quietly listen with your heart. So that was literally a, I had to fall on my face to do it. And that was 7 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it's a very bad and challenging experience, you know.
Yes,
But you were held, you levitated.
I did. I literally did. Um, and so gently. I mean, I had one little bruise on this part of my, because I think that the levitation kind of gave up, and then that hit a little harder, and I bumped my shoulder, and I, you know, when my friend came over and I'm flat on my face, are you all right? Are you all right? Yeah, yeah, I'm okay. I'm down, but I'm okay. And I sat up and just kept on going. So I know the universe was giving me a sign that it's time to again reconnect with my connection and do what I need to do in the fourth dimension in the world and stuff like that, but not put so much effort into that and start listening again. So I
Yeah.
did. My ears are a little cleaner now. And,
Well, well, I know because we are also human. We have a human experience while we are walking on this earth.
yep,
And no, it doesn't always. Last time I didn't listen, yeah, well, I broke my knee. So,
yep. It gets,
certainly,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It has a way of
certainly not
catching our
going to do
attention.
that again. Yeah. But anyway, second question: how do you personally recognize the difference between intuition and everyday thoughts?
I would say that my greatest indication is when I feel joy, when I feel a it's almost as if I've embraced with everything is okay. There's no uh, should I this, should I that, let's add this up, let's make a list and everything else. It's very, very clear, but the feeling of peace and joy and calmness
Yeah.
associate when I am listening to my intuition.
Yeah. It feels great. It feels good, you
Mhm.
know. It doesn't come
Yeah.
with any anxiety or, having to control things. It's very peaceful. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Third question: what signs or synchronicities show up most often for you?
Oh, most often. See, you always just put one little simple word in there that changes the whole concept. Most often. Okay, Anna, what signs and synchronicity show up most often for you?
For me, yeah, usually I have a lot of dreams and they have increased lately. So those vivid dreams, when you wake up and I've been all around the universe. I've been traveling. I met souls and people. A lot of those things. Those are my strongest things right now. Um, when they want to give me a heads up, they usually show me number sequences. So you could see 1:23 on the clock. You see car plates with numbers like 555, 444, or even even 4, 5, 6, series of numbers, right? But what
Yes.
I do, and I learned long ago, when I am getting one sign from something, when I know that, okay, hey, there's something going on here, then I pay attention to what else is going on that specific moment, because that is going to give you a greater answer. It's going to give you more information about. So if I see a car plate, yeah, what are the other car plates if it's a parking space? What do they don't have to be even. You can figure it out anyway.
Yep.
Or is there an airplane passing by? Is there someone saying something? Is there a song? What else is going on? Anything. What was I thinking about? Did I say something?
Mhm.
Where am I heading? All of those things. That's why it's so greatly wonderful to have a notebook.
And I love the way that you said that it's not just uh, boom and then it goes away. It's the little things that you can start tying together that uh, it's like a treasure map,
Yeah, it is.
and you go ooh ah. But the key is to acknowledge it and to say, okay, that got my attention, so I need to pay attention.
Yes,
I need to listen. I don't
yes.
want to miss the next clue. And that was beautifully said. Beautifully said.
Thank you. Fourth question. So, what helps you slow down enough to truly listen?
Falling on my face.
That's a hard way of doing it, right?
Ah, I think what indicates that I need to take a pause is when I start feeling the heaviness, and it's like, okay, I just need to be quiet. I need to not have anybody around that's distracting me, and find that little quiet place. Um, I love getting up at the crack of dawn and sitting in my backyard and listening to the first birds awakening the plants, and watching my hummingbird that comes up, and it's I'm not positive it's the same one that I saved last summer, but it certainly does like hanging around me. But it's it's just the body goes, I need I need to have this silence. I need to have this communication, and I don't want the clatter and the clutter and everything around me. And I'm getting better at saying, okay, this is an indication I need to right now, not tomorrow, not 5 minutes later, not in the morning. Just sit down, take a breath, and reach my intercom.
Yeah, beautiful. And I think that what helps is the awareness. In one word, right? Because
Yes.
I also, when I start feeling that there's so many things coming from all over the place, that I get annoyed. I just say, okay,
Exactly.
hey, stop. This
Exactly.
is the time to stop.
Yeah.
Okay, uh, reaching within, because that actually helps. But awareness is, I think, what helps. So when we are paying attention to ourselves and we feel that, okay, maybe there are too many things trying to get my attention right now, for instance, okay, just stop. Enough is enough, right?
Yep.
No problem. Last question. How does life change when you trust the guidance you receive?
Oh,
That's a simple one.
there are so many things, but there again, it's the uh, it's the awareness that you actually have a different feel. It's uh, the equivalent of standing under a waterfall and just having everything wash away, or uh, stepping into the silence, or seeing something that you've probably seen 1,000 times, but it's different, and it just brings you to that feeling of calmness and peace and joy. And when you begin to trust and you begin to utilize those gifts, your life, even though we're living a human life, it makes everything so much harmonious, so much more harmonious, and allows you to go through the times when there's a lot of manure. You got to have manure to grow flowers, and I have a big sign that says "Manure occurreth," and uh, I'm not going to translate that, but it means that does happen. And sometimes you just have to go, okay, but it's going to grow flowers. But when you rely on your guidance, it allows you to not step in the manure and move around it. And but that is the beauty of having this human experience. But I always know that it's like I've got this antenna that if I just keep it clear, I'm going to have a much easier way of moving through the challenges.
Yes, because life does change
It
for the
does.
better. And to be honest, it's the process in the beginning when we are adapting and changing and transforming towards all those things we are talking about, because we come from conventions, the world as it is, the dense energy, and opening up, and we are can feel bombarded with a lot of stuff in the beginning, but
Yeah.
we are not only transforming one time. That's the good news. But the first time or the first times are probably the most challenging ones, and then it's not that much, and you have done it so many times that you understand what's going on and you become curious instead. So that feels great, right?
Yes.
Do you want to read the affirmation
Oh,
to
yes.
anchor the energy with a gentle affirmation?
When I read your affirmations, I'm not reading your affirmations. I'm expressing the vibratorial emotion behind them. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I open my heart to the universe. I listen with trust. I receive with clarity. And I follow with love.
Thank you.
Ah,
Ah, so is there anything else you think that we want to touch upon before we wrap it up?
just trust and listen and enjoy and move forward because we are incredible. We are amazing. And see, if you can see what I see the potential. I see the magic that is available to us. So trust, trust and love and listen.
Beautiful. And Yeah, it is that simple, as you said. Slow down, breathe, notice, feel, trust, listen. That's
Oh,
it.
just very simple. Yes.
I'm just kidding. It's always easy to say. It's a different story when we are going to implement it into our lives, right? But we are
Oh,
doing
yes.
that.
Ah, yes.
So may all of these wonderful words echo softly within all of us as we close our circle today. Hang in there because we are still have a few things to say. First of all, you can find upcoming and past episodes at youtube.com/ at Cosmic Guardians 111 slash streams and youtube.com/ at Angel Place on Earth slash streams and angelplaceonearth.com/ upcoming dash past. There's a lot of links, articles, and everything in there. Connect with us, read articles, and find out more about Miss Kareen and myself at angelplaceonearth.com/ cosmic guardians. And you can find Miss Kareen at liquidenergyhealing.com. Our next upcoming show with the Cosmic Sis-Stars and Miss Kareen and myself is going to be next Wednesday, August 5th. Wow, we are in August.
Oh, yes.
And we will talk about something we actually planned, scheduled back in time, but we had something coming in between. So now is the time
Life.
we're going to talk about this. The magnetic, mysterious, and sometimes maddening energy of obsession. What is obsession? I think that's interesting. I love that one.
Yes.
And we do go live for you every Wednesday in US and Europe and Thursday in Australia. So as we gently close this cosmic circle today, may you carry with you the soft knowing that the universe is always in conversation with your heart. Every moment, every breath, every shimmer of intuition is part of a loving dialogue guiding you toward clarity, alignment, and deeper truth. Thank you for listening, for showing up, and for choosing to walk your path with awareness. Until we meet again in the next luminous gathering, may your inner ears stay open, your heart stay receptive, and your soul stay curious. The universe continues to speak, and you are learning to listen with grace. With infinite love, peace, and joy, we see you, we hear you, we feel you, we honor you, we love you, we appreciate you. Thank you for your cosmic sisters, Miss Kareen and Anne. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.